Hello, my name is David. Welcome to my channel, Ball Pythons 365. If you're interested, please subscribe, like, and share. Turn on notifications. I will be bringing you ball python content daily. Thank you. On today's video, we're going to do a frozen thawed feed. I got my rodents from Rodent Pro. I highly recommend that you get them. I'm going to go in and instead of just laying it in there, I'm going to do a natural instinct movement of the rat, so that way she thinks she's actually hunting for it. So I'm moving it around right now, and she's curious. She's looking. She's just waiting for it to get close. Come on, girl. Ooh, that was quick. As you can see, she grabbed it. Usually with frozen thawed, you need to have them around a minimum 100 degrees. What I do is I put them in a Ziploc bag, and I take just a regular plastic container, fill it up with some pretty hot water, then I'll dilute it with some cold water, and then I will let the rat sit there and while it falls out, and I'll use something to hold it down to keep it from floating. The goal is to make sure that also when you feed them, you want to make sure that you check them thoroughly to make sure that there's no cold spots in them or anything like that, because that could be harmful to the snake during the digestive cycle. As you can see, it didn't take long for her to grab it. Also, the rats that I got this time, they're weaned rats. I was giving her rat pups. I was thinking that was her size, but since I'm feeding her rats, that's the most nutritional thing for a ball python is a rat. So a mouse is good for them and all, but they'll grow slower. So as far as if you do want to get a ball python and are interested in a ball python, make sure that you can try to get them on rats. Some won't take rats. Some are stubborn. Some won't take frozen thawed. I mean, it just depends on your snake and everything. It's real critical on everything. You gotta make sure your elements are correct and all that. Definitely make sure that your humidity levels are always good. I try to keep mine around 60 to 70%. I keep my heat on the hot side around between 85 and 92 degrees, cool side around 75 to 80 degrees. That way she can thermoregulate. So what she's doing now is she's going to position the rat so she can take it by its head, hopefully, and swallow it head first. What I'm trying to do is just for especially if you're a beginner and you don't know, like with frozen thawed, it's definitely critical, really critical, to make sure that you thoroughly check them. People have different ways to thaw them out. I've seen people use it like the way I do with water. I've seen people use heat lamps. Do not put them in a microwave. They will potentially explode. You don't want that. That'd be a mess. You definitely just try the water route, and that's working fine for me. So whatever works for me, that's what I'm going to do from now on. So I hope you enjoy. I'm going to do a whole live feeding, or not live feeding. I'm going to do a whole feeding video for you all to watch, so you all can watch or consume it. And let's get back to it. Really quick, I want to say I have a new enclosure coming in. I'm going to do a build video and review on it. I'm by no means sponsored by them. It's just my choice to do this. I'm not going to say the brand right now until I make that video. And I'm also going to do a video on how I set up a ball python enclosure. Everybody's different. Everybody uses different substrates. Not everybody's on the same page. It's It's just one of those things where it's whatever's best for you, and if your snake is thriving good, then just go with it with that. So let's get back to her eating. Thank you. Trying to be as still as possible. I don't want to aggravate her. Move this foliage out of the way. The way you can see, she's already taking it down head first. Get that out of the way. Try to do a little zoom for you. That way you ain't gotta get too close with the camera. I did weigh her 2 weeks ago, and she was 143 grams. I weighed her yesterday, and she was 165 grams. So if you have a ball python, make sure that, you can give them hamsters and, stuff like that, but they're full of fats and everything else. You want to keep them on a diet to where it's what they're used to. And mice are good for them. The only problem with mice is they won't grow as fast. The rats since I've put her on rats, she's literally gained a lot of inches. I think she's around 22 and a half inches long, and she's, I believe, 15 weeks old now. She's growing pretty good, but like I said, rats are the most nutritional thing for them. So I'm going to let you all get back to watching. Another thing too, when feeding ball pythons or any snake in general, if you don't see a bulge in their bodies after they've swallowed a meal, then that's usually a sign that the meal, the rat, mouse, whatever you used, wasn't the adequate size. So always make sure there's at least some bulge in their bodies to show that there has been something, food wise, that has basically filled her up, or filled them up, I should say. I said her because she's a female. Speaking of, really quick, not to take you away from this or anything, but speaking of ball pythons and snakes, The ball python's head is it's certain size, then the neck behind it is real skinny. So you got to base the rat or whatever you're feeding on basically like towards the middle of the body. That way you can get the adequate girth of the size rodent that you need to feed your ball python or snake in general. Don't let their necks deceive you and think, oh, well, their necks are too skinny. You know, it can't swallow this. As you can see, let me flip back over. You can see her neck has now spread out and her jaws had unlocked so she could get the rodent in her mouth. And then she'll work her muscles will work the rat down, and there will be a slight bulge in her, and that means that she had a fantastic meal. I really hope that I can, you know, get some subscribers, likes, and shares, comments. I mean, just throw me ideas out in the comment section of what all you all want me to do. I will try my best to do it. Like I said, I've got a new enclosure coming in. I've got another surprise coming in that's going to go in this enclosure. And then there may possibly be another surprise going into another enclosure. We shall see. In order to be able to find this information out, to see it unfold, you definitely need to subscribe. See how her neck is thinning back out? The meal is going down now. See, her neck now is skinny. And a lot of people think that you have to feed them something of that size. That is incorrect. You feed them of the size of their actual, like the fattest part of their body. That's the adequate size you need. Look on her side right there. I like how their patterns are. It looks like alien faces. It's pretty crazy. There's all kinds of different morphs too. Beautiful colors. Very expensive. Very expensive. There's some pretty top shelf breeders out there that really know what they're doing. Maybe one day I can learn how to do what they're doing, and I can spread the word through my YouTube channel and help everyone else out. So, all right, let's check this out. There's her bulge. Now, her bulge, sorry about that, I had to clear my throat. That bulge is good. That means that she's ate a great meal. It was adequate size, and she will be good for the next usually 5 to 7 days. This was her 6th day. There she stretched her jaws out to realign them so she could get her mouth back to normal. Anyways, I don't know what I'm trying to get at. I guess basically it's just a like with the bulge thing or whatever, just make sure that there is a bulge. You don't want it to look like a bowling pin. You know, that's a little too much. But this right here is perfect. And she's gonna stay, this is her hot side, so she'll stay there, and I'll probably feed her again in maybe 5 days, maybe 6 again, I don't know. But anyway, stay tuned. Like I said, subscribe to my channel, like, share, comment, turn on notifications. I have a build coming up. I have other things up my sleeve. I don't want to give it away right now. I want that to be a surprise to everybody. So if you've watched this video all the way to the end, I really appreciate you, and I hope to see you in the future. Thank you very much. Have a good day.